They will give you always the best rate.
They connect to Binance, HitBTC, LMAX, and Kraken.
What I like about SwissBorg is that they have an amazing app.
Pow wow yo yippee yay guys, pow number 37. Super excited to be with you guys. As always, we're gonna dive into love the community, talk about these markets that are bloodying, and then talk about SwissBorg, cool announcements, some cool thing happening in our network that is always flourishing. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. And yes, the green laser eyes is still a big thing happening, so please ask Roman and send a pic, and please complete the green eye quests. That could be actually a cool thing to have in FC one day as well. Question of the week. A lot of people have been asking why there's not so much liquidity happening on the CHSB through Bitfinex. Well, one of the main reasons is that we weren't connected yet. But as you guys have noticed, yes, big news right away. We're starting with a powwow. Bitfinex has been connected. This is something that is really good because it's going to pump obviously the volume of CHSB, but more importantly, provide you a better price on all the different assets that are traded via Bitfinex. And more importantly, we really want to work hand in hand with these guys to really promote better and better projects that will come through the SwissBorg ecosystem at Bitfinex. So we're really glad there. It's only good positive momentum, and glad to have those guys as partners, as they've been one of the oldest crypto firms in the world. Guys have launched Bit as well as launched USDT and many other projects that are really cool that we're using today. As we talk about our lovely family, it's super amazing to have new members coming every week. Valentin Mendez is our product manager. He's going to be making sure that we're having a better user experience, but as well, a lot of new things that will be incorporated within the app. Looking forward to have more gamification and a lot of different things that could really provide you a better wealth management experience. With that, Piotr as well, super excited to have him. He's going to be helping for scalability and a lot of different issues that will help the SRE team to grow in a very good way, to make sure that we're secure but we're fast and we could get to our different locations going forward. Cyber School Day was today. There's a lot of people that graduated, and I wanted to talk about what Alex Pitu, our Deputy Chief of Staff, have mentioned. He really talked about the fact that in crypto in general, but as well as SwissBorg, we're not very good when it goes to bringing in more women into crypto. And, you know, whatever the reason is, it's a fact, right? And I think so. The fact is that if we want to democratize crypto wealth management, we need to bring women. And women who are listening here, this message goes to you guys. What is happening? Why do you hear not as much women in the crypto industry? Is it because, I don't know, maybe I should be a woman and have a powwows with a woman? What are the different ideas? We had few ideas that happened during this ongoing discussion. Is like, how can we really boost feminism into crypto? Is it having more influencers women? Is it doubling or tripling the referral if people bring in women, active women? Is it just, please comment here and share your thoughts about how we could grow. I think so right now at SwissBorg, I think this is like 15% are women using the app and 85% are men. Which is, it is what it is. So how can we really change this? Obviously, we'd like to hire more women as well. Please here comment and share what you think. And by the way, if your mom, your neighbor, your wife, your friend, your loved one, your daughters, your cousins, your aunts are not on the SwissBorg app, what are you doing? Please refer them, put them into the app, and let's hopefully grow and make sure that more women participate into this, because if they get left out from the whole crypto sphere, well, essentially we're never going to grow in the right way. And maybe as well the wealth gap will as well grow, but that's not going to be good either. So please, in order to get to our mission right, we need more women. On another great Cyborg school graduation pitch, Kern, he really hit the ball high. I love it. Already 500,000 happy leaders are using the SwissBorg app to boost their financial success, trusting the amazing SwissBorg team with more than 1.5 billion under management. With the creation of the SwissBorg app, the days of financial exclusion, artificial barriers, and opaque fees on investing your hard-earned money are over. No more blind following. You can now access world-class wealth management service conveniently from your mobile phone in a secure, transparent, and fair way. How awesome is that? We're not finished. You can set up your SwissBorg account in only 10 minutes and make your first investments already in 15. While SwissBorg is a regulated business, it is first and foremost a kind and caring family, as well as a loving community that strives, that enables, enhance, and empowers. We will be there for you along the journey to listen, serve, assist, and inspire. Regain control over your wealth and lead your own path to financial freedom. Try the SwissBorg app. That's what you should change. You can throw around to all the women you meet are still not on the app. That's a great way. Thank you, Kurt, for that. I hope you guys enjoy what he said. If you want to be part of our awesome team, there's more and more jobs, as you know, every week happening at SwissBorg. Senior Compliance Manager in Tallinn, French Relationship, les Francophones. C'est peut-être une occasion incroyable de nous rejoindre. Scala Engineer, as always, and more and more and more jobs. So please refer one of your friends or earn up to $3,000 worth of tokens if you refer a person. And you know what? And if you refer a woman, I will personally send you, and she gets accepted, obviously. I will actually include 1,000 CHSB for the next 3 months. Each time you refer a woman who gets that job, I will personally send 1,000 CHSB to yourself on top of it. Well, I think that's quite cool, right? What happened? News of the week. Well, essentially a lot of things happening on the regulators going really hard on most platforms that are offering yield and different crypto regulation in general, with Korea essentially blocking a lot of different exchanges that didn't get the licenses now that they have to essentially get regulated or they're out. SEC going very strong on Coinbase, but as well on other different players. Heard about BlockFi, heard about as well that is going. Celsius is having some issues as well right now. Ukraine on their side have finally regulated crypto, which is great. And some insider information trading on OpenSeas, people just going in and out. As you know, this NFT industry is really something that will change the world forever. However, a lot has been dominated recently by just internal coups of how to buy something and give some artificial valuation and eventually dump it. And obviously, a lot of those guys are internal as people got caught at OpenSea. Markets. We are in bloody markets. What are the main reasons and catalysts? Well, they come from, let's say, one of the first one, a macro perspective. The world has, since COVID, went in one direction, which is pretty much up on global equities, but as well on most cryptos. And let's put it straight. The FUD regarding Evergrande, which is a 300 billion crisis, could be something really serious. Really, because it's the biggest Chinese real estate developer and has filed for bankruptcy. From what I see, people are trying to see that, okay, this is a new subprime. I don't really believe into that, to be honest. Xi Jinping is a very strong leader, and the Bank of China will do anything to back their real estate and one of their biggest company in the world, and even probably their own properties, right? So we're going to see, and the second thing is that you have to take things out of this perspective. People haven't been, investing into CDOs and things like that. Like the real estate bubble that burst with a subprime was not the real estate only itself. It was packaging a lot of debts into a lot of different other instruments that then blew up. And then the thing is that you panicked, you sold everything, and traders essentially, got, super afraid, and then the Fed didn't back up seriously all these different Lehman Brothers and all these different other banks. Here we're in a different context, which is 15 years later, countries are much smarter, and especially China has a straight regulation of how to handle with these things. So, and it doesn't have probably the same, essentially, it doesn't have the same impact China has on the world that the Americans have on the world. So long story short, there's some macro problems economically with China's real estate that creates some FUD. And then on the other side, in crypto, there's been a lot of FUD we saw on the yield, on DeFi, especially coming from the US. And therefore, we are definitely in the red market. The positive side of this is that there's a big resistance that's really at 40,000, but you still find other ones that are built, in the 42,000 and 44,000 as well. And that is that because there's still big guns getting into this game. There's a lot of big guns protecting their crypto, but there's as well people that are accumulating right now. So I think that is still a very healthy. On the other side, the fear index is actually very low, which means that it's maybe a good time, again, to refer one of your friends that may be a woman and that she may be getting into crypto. In a good way, by the way. This probably is a good entry point in perspective if you keep on the long run, obviously. So what's happening on Ether? Unfortunately, it broke down the 3,000 50-day moving average, but we're still playing around with it, that 3,000. So I think we're still pretty much okay on that 3K support. However, obviously, everything is correlated to Bitcoin eventually. And what's happening about the SwissBorg token? I think as most other cryptos, it has lost momentum in the past days. We actually seen quite a bearish period if you check here for the last, let's say, 2-3 weeks here, and I think as you've seen in the past, that usually shows that things will probably bounce back. Now we're gonna have a lot of more liquidity on CHSB. I think this is gonna attract more users into the Wealth app, but as well users in general to trade that on Bitfinex platform and as well other different exchanges that were listed. Token peak of the week is GRT, the graph. Why do we choose the graph? Because we believe it's a key player and we're very happy to have listed it. What is their purpose? It's essentially a network that enables to create APIs for vibrant decentralized futures, which are on DeFi projects, but as well Web3 in general. I think it's something that is extremely different because they have their own indexing protocol that enables really to rely on the different networks and understand the data which happening on the chain. And I think this is something really good. You see in this example, for example, it makes a query. It makes a query on which decentralized exchange had the most liquidity, and then essentially it finds what are the right data source, where the blockchain, and really trying to exploit the blockchain explorers. And this question, for example, is looking on governance, right? How have the most proposals, who must make the most rep. And you see in this lot of different cases, it's extremely important to have visualization because blockchain is the networks, right? But then you need applications to start building on top of that. But before actually building applications that are like front to the people, you still need on the back end different servers that enables you to certain service that enables people to look at data and visualization. So I really like the fact that in some way Chainlink could be connectors between blockchains. These guys are reading these different blockchains and looking at different queries, and these queries then can enable you to exploit just the data or build on different smart contracts as well, right? So that's what is really good. And more importantly, what is good is that it's obviously big in DeFi, but it has a lot of things in governance and is looking at a lot of different marketplaces as we speak. It's really supported networks as Ethereum's and Ethereum-like, so it has Polygon, Arbitrum, BSC, Cell Avalanche, and other ones. But in general, it just is a big backer of it. And what I like very much about this, I think this is something to think very to think about how the game playing action is. On a lot of different networks, there's the miners, right? And that's it, or validators. Here, there's a lot of different people that could get rewards in GRT by earning them, but by staking them as well. You can even as well delegate your own tokens to these people to earn rewards on being a developer, indexer, a curator, or a delegator. So delegators is pretty much, but there's these three different essentially roles, and the delegator is just, lending your tokens. And I think that's really cool about what is done. And it's thanks to these projects like that you could really start to grow in general, I would say, and that you could take part by growing the Web3 as we talk about it. Dear community members, we need your feedback. Only 300 people have so far got into the survey, answered the survey. It takes only a few minutes. The link is just below. If you don't find it there, just go on my Twitter, you'll find it. But it's pretty much there, and I will just like 5 minutes of your time to make sure that we're building the right powwow in the right format, right for you, okay? Because customization is king, and I know that you want to have something that is better for your life and better for your entertainment and your, more importantly, your edutainment. Twitter poll of the week, by the way, understand our community again. Dear SwissBorg and crypto community, which of the below best describes you? Bitcoin CHSB, risk taker, safety thinker, analytical thinker. And I would like to know. To be honest, for myself, I would think about, I don't know, game changer. That would be mine. Announcement of the week, we have a new token release. Yes, fantastic news, guys. Super excited about this. What is the token of the week? The first person who gets it right gets 50 CHSB, guys. 50 CHSB. But it'll be only to one person. So please make sure that you comment on first. You share it as soon as you have shared it on our wonderful comment section here. You tweet it as well, and we'll find you. And we'll make sure that you get those 50 CHSB, baby. Announcement of the week, but probably some of you have already seen this, and we talked about it. Bitfinex is connected, is really good. We just talked about a rate earlier, so I'm glad and pumped about this idea and this partnership that will bring a lot into the SwissBorg ecosystem. SwissBorg Nation, we are right now 80 people that are part of it. We're gonna have 50 more, a new cohort from the team members, employees only this time, making sure that there's alignment again between token holders in general. I love the idea. I love the platform. It's just growing, and looking forward to the last cohort. Smart yield reports of August. I think so things have changed a bit. Just want to remind you guys about the yield. The yield has dropped down significantly, but if you look on the longer run, and that's what wealth management is about, is that USDC people have been earning out of since the debut average of 16% 46. That is extremely high. The largest numbers users so far has been actually almost 40,000 in Ether, and the largest user growth has been in BTC over the month of August. In general, what we have to as well talk about is the fact that why is yield has been not as high, because we believe that flying to security is always the best mean. You could make 8%, 12%, 15%, 20%, but what the risk is behind. People believe that as you're yielding, everything is free, lunch is free because I'm yielding. No, there's DeFi hacks that happen all the time. There's margin costs that happen into big platforms that are OTC trades that just get liquidated, and unfortunately you don't get back crypto. There's never no free lunch or dinner in investment. There's always an imminent risk to it. And right now at SwissBorg, we took the responsible pace to say, you know what, we are going to offer different risks going forward, but we want our dear community members to be aware about it, and they will then pledge into different risk profiles in order to get different types of essentially returns. And that's what I think so is the best. But if people believe that it's 100% sure that there's never going to be any issues into crypto, well, that's not the case. And especially with new technologies such as DeFi, oracles, hacks, smart contracts, audits that sometimes fall down with updates, and different other things that could go into essentially permanent losses. If you want to read more about this awesome smart yield highlights, please check out our blog, and you'll see all the information here. But overall, I'm very fortunate, and I want to thank all of you guys participating into this. Yodeling is what we like the most at SwissBorg. SwissBorg app and data. Number of users close to 500,000, 1.5 billion assets pledged. Total earnings and yield over $30 million you guys have earned. Congratulations to that. Ratio for users checking their learning pages, 25%. I know it's not that easy to look at those pages, so that does mean that we should make more out of it. What are your thoughts here? Should we add something there's missing there information, or there's anything that we can make, maybe videos or whatsoever? Please tell us in comments how we can improve the learning section. Congratulations, félicitations to the Belgian people. I don't know how to say this in Flemish, sorry about that. Highest conversion deposit, 63%. I think this was a little bit less in general. It's usually, I think it's 50%. And the highest conversion to yield is the Japanese. Arigatou gozaimasu to all the Japanese. Smart yield wallets. The USDC has been slowly growing. I mean, in month of August, I slowly fell down. We did lose like 50 million there. I think so because the markets rallied quite a lot. The rest was pretty much in par. Besides that, obviously, some new wallets came in, such as Ripple, XRP, but as well Matic, which is great, which brings us just a little bit shy of 1 billion asset pledge into these different smart contracts. CHSB data, 22,452 in the last 7 days, coming from some of the community app that changed the crypto challenge, but some just people staking for new these 2,000, and some of them 50,000 for the community premium, for the Genesis premium. Overall, CHSB stake pretty much same as unfortunately CHSB losing some momentum. Really, I think so. That's the markets. The market has lost, roughly alts have lost 18 to 20%. Lost a little bit less than that, but we still need to grow there, and we will grow there. Protect and burn, a little bit over $1 million there, and 112,000 people holding SwissBorg token in the app, which I think that's really great. 30,000 as well on different external wallets. Brings us to the community. How much is it? How much is it? How much is it? It is 7.7. Not great, but not too bad for a bloody markets. CHSB losing some momentum a bit. Obviously, the volume actually growing on the app. The app activity, I mean, some people not checking, when things are not going well. Social media, thanks. Big up to you guys. DU activity going well. And crypto challenge not going as well week from week. I think so, with the new way of the new two different tables, one for the social media activity referrals and the other one only for the pure trading. Maybe having those two different championships is going to help to boost and regain morale. Be strong. It doesn't matter if you miss your targets. Shoot for the moon. If you miss your targets, land among the stars. That's what we say. Tomorrow night is Crypto Nights with our wonderful part 2 with Peter McCormack. Looking forward to this. As you know, this guy is a really great chap. He's been into the crypto market, talked to all the legends of all time. He's going to be talking about a lot of things, of insights that he has learned, and he will be teaching it to us. Looking forward to this. Guys, as you know, this powwow is all for you, thanks to you, for you, by you. So please hit the like button, subscribe, blast that notification bell, as Alex would say, and follow us on all the handlings that you like the most. If it's Twitter, it's Instagram, and obviously tag me whenever you feel like. Recently, I've seen a lot of different cool stuff happening always on Twitter. We want to thank you guys. I really like the paintings, the images. Marco, whenever you're doing crazy NFTs or GIFs or whatsoever, everything, I think so. It's really cool. It really brings me this positive momentum that brings that big smile. So thanks for that. Ladies and gents, the message of this week is that we do need more ladies. We do need many more ladies to grow in this ecosystem, to make it better, to make it fair, and to make it even more community-centric. I think so that is really the message of this week. Despite that, looking at the markets are bloody. The markets do have some pain into it. On the long run, does it really matter? No, I just think it's a better moment for people to accumulate, or at least people to get in for their first time and maybe referring again your crypto auntie, your nanny, whoever you want into this game. I hope you guys are well and that you're always ready to rumble. So be healthy, be wealthy, love our CHSB. Love you guys. Take care.
Through SwissBorg, all assets will have a fiat gateway. And here is the thing.
Premium features gives you zero fee trading.
It's an amazing fiat gateway.